Welcome to Vlog Radio. You're listening Vic Talk Show, and this is your friend Vic. Today's topic is again sensitive and very serious issue on society. I'm talking about those people who give in their love with trust and they're being left alone to struggle, suffer and survive by themselves. Not only by themselves alone, but also with a newborn baby right after getting the baby. Yes, I'm talking about single moms. The life of a single mom is really not easy, and we see ourselves sometime. If we are into her life, then we see our life is also not easy. Why? Because most men believe in having easy and funful life, and they don't want to contribute everything from their side. And that's why life being with a single mom seems very hard. So today we're going to talk about life being single mom and being with single mom. So today I'm going to share my friend's opinion, including my own experience with a single mom relationship. I will not put my personal information, how everything went, because I still respect her and I do not want to defame just because it did not work because of our personal differences. There is nothing wrong with a single mom besides certain situation in which she's helpless or she hope a help from you as a father of the child and real partner of her life. But sometimes we make mistakes and do not understand to accept this, and we mess up everything in that relationship. So it's neither one of your fault but the circumstances. Let's start to know first life being with single mom, and this is what I'm sharing is my own experience and other men's perception or expectations or opinion. So why would a man with no kids and decent job decide to date a single mother? Nothing good can come out of that, right? As a man with no kids and born to a woman who's a single mother, many people see firsthand, why would you date one who's a single mom? I always didn't think like this. It didn't make any difference, so I actually went in a relationship with a single mom. Though it wasn't a good experience, but I do not blame to her because I understand there two people sometimes do not match if you rush into any relationship with any emotional or sympathy or empathy. And in that case, that relationship will come to an end very soon, or lots of bad experiences while getting into that relationship. Every person is unique just like their DNA. So I'm always positive, either it's a single mom or a single girl. I should respect both equally because someday I want to have a family. But some guys, they just want to have a fun, then definitely they want a different kind of life and relationship. Then they're gonna have some hard time, and these are certain things which actually scared them to date a single mom. Number one, you will never be her priority. Why would any single man want to be with someone who cannot put him as number one of her priority? Because she already have a child and she already had a bad experience putting someone else as her top priority. So she's not prepared such soon to put you on number one priority until you make her realize that you are giving her number one priority, to understand her, accept her, and go with her as per her circumstances. In that case, slowly you will, get adjusted with each other and understand each other. And then probably, I'm not saying surely, probably you can be her first priority as well. But that's very rare. As per my experience and some of guys whom I actually discuss about it, it's really rare because they've been through something which they can never forget. And they will always put their child as their top first priority. And that's what a good mother is supposed to do. So they quit, or you have to quit if you are someone like them. So please try to understand her situation or just be fair. Let's move on to next. Number two, you will be priority. Weird, I know, right? If you become her priority, then what's gonna happen? I see single moms chasing men all the time, but not all. And this actually depends upon their background, their lifestyle. And that actually bothers me when I see them chasing men. And I had that experience in my past with my single mom relationship. When we ended up, and I was just looking at her, she was all time busy on the call, messages, not caring for her child that much which needed. And in that case, they actually focus on themselves or those men, and they forget about the child. They give them a freedom to go around, eat anything or not anything. They actually become an irresponsible mom. So if she is chasing men around, then what kind of a mother she is toward her kids? And what could be she with you if you guys make another kid? So you have to be careful and understand to make a right balance to see the right women for you. But that is actually very rare, depending upon the country, the culture, and the background. Let's move on to number 3. Baby father drama. Not every single mother has this issue, but one way or another, the new boyfriend will be affected by the existing ex who's father of the child being around the child, not around her. Now she has to drop the kids off to him if they have split custody. Maybe he sees her on social media or hear through someone around that you are in her life and she's doing well, you guys are happy. Then the father wants to be father, the father of the year, and tries you to know who the hell you are. Who hell you are, making his ex so happy. Sometimes they will be jealous or sometimes surprised that how someone I left was not deserving me could be happy. Then they actually check it out on the name or excuse of the child. Some guys will not be comfortable with that. Probably me also, that if any ex return in her life and intervene or interfere, and it make very awkward situation. Sometimes they actually argue and they make some excuses or reasonable situation where you will be like a stranger or an outsider and you will feel like quitting. Let's move on to the next one. Money. Many men like their money, or almost every. Now, men like keeping their money with them. Sure, the single mothers may at first not ask you for help with their kids. Most of the time, depending upon their conditions and situation, because sometimes they're looking for a partner to support them financially, emotionally, and many other cases physically. And sometimes they have a sexual desire according to their age and normal circumstances. So for that, they will be coming into a relationship with you, and in that case, you will need to understand if that's your girlfriend or wife, how would you do actually? You will definitely need to do what you need to do. The only problem comes that you're not comfortable with something suddenly coming into relationship is the child support, the care, the responsibility. So sooner or later, the kids are going to need something from you. And she will actually expect from you if she is dependent on you, because she's giving her best to you and you are not prepared for that because you were just looking for a partner for fun or relationship, not such soon to have a family without enjoying each other much. So single moms for the most part struggle financially, and it's your duty or responsibility to support and care them. If you cannot, then don't get to that relationship. Because if some people who are dating someone, then they would have to help them if they can. But who wants to take care of the kids that are not their own? That's very rare, because the biggest thing is you have to treat the child also just like your own, and that's not easy. So think before you get into a relationship with a single mom, understanding her all positive concern. Let's move on to next. Her kids. Yes, her children. Ultimately, the kids' feelings towards them will determine how this relationship goes. Well, sometimes kids don't like the men who are not their father or close family member. And in that case, most likely the mother will dump you. If the kids do like you, then they're making relationship that may not be permanent. If you break up with a mother now or later, then you're not just breaking her heart, but you're also breaking heart of some poor sweet kids. Because you have to understand, maybe the girl who you choose, the woman you choose for yourself, she is mature enough to move on further. But for kids, it's really not such easy. When they find someone liking and good for them, they get very easily attached, and their innocent heart and mind is not capable to forget you if you were good with them. And just because you both partner, the single mom, did not go along such well or get along such well, then definitely they will see their heart, their self getting back in the same boring life without the father or someone who were caring and loving them. So you have to be careful in this concern, that the kids play a very big role when you are getting into a relationship with a single mom. And if they hate you, then kid can lie, and they can actually say to the society or to their friends or people around that you were abusing them. If they hate you, you'll be in a problem. You will definitely get in a problem. And in that case, a single mom may not even let you discipline her kids because you aren't their father, and she will believe her kid first, not you, who just came a few days ago in her life. If you want to be even a good father figure and you see those kids not doing well as kid, and you try to fix that issue, you try to discipline them or try to teach them good manners, and if they are not comfortable because they were living a free life without any father, without any discipline, without any rules, regulation, without any strictness, then they can actually lie to her or lie to people around, and in that case you can be kicked out of that relationship with false allegation or blames. And in that case, you will be broken heart, not only with feelings but also trust, to get back again into relationship with a single mom. So you have to be careful on this concern as well. And mostly why any man would like to go in that kind of relationship, if he's going to spend money on those kids, his love and his everything, and if he can't discipline the kids, they're not gonna do that. And that's what I realize. So you have to consider this point as well. Let's move on to the next one. Public opinion. Yes, the opinion of people around you or around her is definitely matter, especially your close family or friends. So a man with no kids will be criticized on why he picked a single mom. He will be called a simp, all kind of those names which actually make no sense, or you being nonsense to choose any single mom. If you are single, successful, or even whatever, there should be a good reason why did you pick her. Neither. They're gonna ask you and make you confused, and one day probably you will give up. You will be frustrated or convinced by those people around, and in that case she will be also losing hope, and there will be argument, the fight, and very soon you both will quit. And especially if the single mother has multiple kids by multiple men, or at least two of her ex, then it's going to be really hard time, because people will question her character. They will not understand that probably she failed in first relationship and she tried again and trusted again, and then she got again dumped or ditched or fooled, and maybe you are the next one to hope, but society will actually think that she is a characterless, she's not a good mom, she's not a good woman, and she's just doing this with all another men around. Why men are keep leaving her, which is actually somehow true also. Some women's personality or persona is certain way that no man is ready to live with them. They get attracted because of her appearance or her personality, or sometimes sympathy or empathy. But sometimes they also get into trouble if she's not what they expected. Or sometimes after getting into a relationship, our behavior or responses change, and then we get to know each other closely, and later on we quit or give up. And that way, sometimes some women, they do not understand, and it actually make more problematic for her also, and for the men who's going into a relationship. So you have to be careful while you choose any women. Respect her and trust her. But before that, try to know her. And that's what most times society think, that there are plenty of women with no kids. Why would you need to choose a woman with so many kids or with kids? And that's your decision. But it will definitely help to make another family in society, a child to have father figure, a woman to have a partner for her life. But you have to see all pros and cons positively and get into relationship. Let's move on to the next one. Possibility of cheating. Yes, that's also possible that she might get back in her ex's life, or her ex will come back to her life, because these babies' father, they keep coming sometime, anytime in their life. And sometime the memory flashback, certain things happen, and those things actually make them having those connections once again, being not only the father but also ex-husband or boyfriend. So chances are it will be greater than the connection she has with you. She'll go with him, and maybe she's just dating you as a way to get back him, to make him jealous that he made a mistake, or to make him realize that I worth, which he did not realize. And when they feel like getting along back again, you were just as an option and will be kicked out. But just remember, this is not what all or most women are. You have to understand the women are all kind, being single and being single mom. You have to know the character and your get along personalities. What if her ex actually decides that he wants to get back with her? She may go back to him and you won't be able to even get mad on her because it's her happiness. You won't feel good to happen on your expenses, so let them go, have them back again, a good life. So just be ready for this situation. A possibility of cheating happens, or with the existing ex, or if you're not able to fulfill her needs or requirements or feelings or caring, then you're not the top one as a person. So be careful in that. And as I said, not all but few. Let's move on to the next final one, I believe. Possibility of the guy being her next baby's father. A single mother will tell these men how she is victim in her situations. I mean, very few single women will actually confess that there was something wrong by them also. They chose someone wrongly. They did something wrong. Very few women will actually confess or regret or accept their mistake. As nowadays, everyone wants to be pretending as a victim rather than the culprit. So either the women or you talk to the men, they both, or even yourself in future, will pretend as a victim, not as a culprit. And that's another problem, which actually create more hassle to get into a relationship with a single mom, where the society have different opinion for single mom in two ways, and most of the time more sympathy for them and bad character to you, bad blames to you. You will be another culprit. So however, what happens when that man ends up being the next baby father in her lineup? They're going to experience firsthand the turmoil she put those men through. She may try to keep them from seeing the kids, but is going to make sure those men are on child support also. All the while, she's bad-mouthing these men all over social media. Also, forget it, these men are well-to-do. She's going to take you to the cleaners. She isn't going to press the broke baby father because he has nothing at all, and she's probably will go back with him anyway, or with next one anyway. But if she didn't like, or you guys did not go well, most of the chances she will actually make you the culprit, and bad mouthing by social media, reaching to your family and friends, social contact. Nowadays it's very easy to do bad mouthing through Facebook and all these social media, and you will be degraded not to have another partner such easily with love, respect and care. You have to defend yourself. So be ready for in future if you find someone bad or your decision with a bad woman. As I said that, and I'm also repeating again, not all single moms are like that. Most of them are nice and good. And even those who are not good, they're made for someone else as good, because many people are not matched for each other. They're looking for right match with each other. So single mothers, in my opinion, they don't have good judgmental skills. That's why sometimes they are not fair with even a person who wants to come in their life positively. They're scared, they're negative, they're doubting, they're comparing, because they become single mom at very young age. They could not learn good things from relationship. They only had bad experiences from relationship. So they're still immature, inexperienced with bad judgmental skills. They often blame everything on their lame baby daddy of their past, or if you become daddy of future kids, then you also. And that's what the question comes to her also. Why did you make a kid with him if he was so lame and he didn't deserve you? You should have been enough smart. After all, you were not teenagers. And if you were, then just confess. It was just by mistake of emotions without using the brain. The ones I know for the most part are always searching for the next captain saved to rescue her from her dilemma. However, after realizing that she doesn't want stability, she will most likely go back to the same lame bad baby daddy she hates, or she will actually never get anyone. And short time she will keep trying someone, and she will keep finding some loopholes, something missing, because once you're negative, you're mostly negative, and it's really not easy to convert a single mom negative to be positive. And that's what I realized, that this isn't all single mothers, so you have to be careful also. And it's not that you shouldn't try positively, it's just that you have to understand yourself and herself also. On my next episode, which I'm making, it's not only on the same subject. I'm making life of a child with a single mom, and that will actually probably change your mind to think, how could you be selfish man and you have to be a good father, because you could be also one of them. I hope this episode would have been helpful to those guys who are confused to get into a life or relationship with a single mom. Please try to be positive, try to be honest to yourself and to honest these single moms. Give time to know each other positively without any doubts and comparison with others or your past, and get along. Maybe you guys are made for each other and soon will be mad for each other. Take care of yourself, take care of a partner, and take care of our kids if you are into a relationship or ready to get into a relationship with a single mom. Please do share my vlog if you like it, so that many other people can take benefits and make their life better. I will really appreciate if you appreciate me, so that I can keep contributing my best to you. Thank you once again. Have a good time and goodbye.